Extra Point. We have bringing you some content now via Zoom due to
Yeah,
obvious
we're all in quarantine.
reasons. Quarantine. We're here with the producers Ben, Billy, and Eddie. What's up? Say what's up, everyone.
Going on, guys?
How you doing, guys?
Up.
All right. I guess let's get into things first. So the NFL draft just happened, the first sports we've had in a very long time. What were your guys' your favorite? Some of the picks you liked and some of the picks you didn't like.
You want to know what pick I really didn't like?
The entire Packers draft?
Well, that, but also they decided that, we should trade up and get a quarterback in the first round. It'll be our first offensive pick in the draft in 10 years. The entire tenure of Aaron Rodgers' starting quarterback career. And it's going to be his replacement, but his replacement, led college football in interceptions last year. And, I heard the argument that it was because he couldn't adjust to his new coach, and I was like, that's what the NFL is. You're going to adjust to a new coach? Deal? So, no, I don't like Jordan Love at all. I don't think Jordan Love has done anything. I think Jordan Love became a prospect a week ago, and we traded up for him when we didn't need him.
He's been, one of the top prospects for quarterback, but
All right,
I don't know why the Packers were trading for him.
I'll just let Billy go.
So, the thing is that, everyone's comparing this to when we drafted Aaron Rodgers because it's very similar as far as the age and stage in which they're at in their careers respective to Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. There's a stark difference in that Aaron Rodgers is coming off a 13-3 season where he was in the NFC Championship game and was one wide receiver away from being in the Super Bowl, as opposed to Brett Favre, who's coming off of a 4-12 season and contemplating retirement. Just give the man a wide receiver, dog. That's all he wants.
I agree.
Was CeeDee Lamb? No, CeeDee Lamb wasn't available then, was he?
No.
But you know who was? You know who was? T. Higgins.
True.
Justin Jefferson, he was available too. He got picked next, right?
I think
was the next pick.
He might have been.
Higgins was the next one because once it got into the second round, T. Higgins was the first receiver taken.
Yeah.
There
are some really good receivers that fell to the second round.
Wait, did Justin Jefferson?
Justin Jefferson went in the first round. I think he was the 22nd pick.
Was he?
Okay, but
yeah. No, yeah, he was.
Well, T. Higgins was still available.
When did the Packers pick?
26th, I think.
Okay, so he wasn't available.
So Jefferson was gone. Rieger was gone. But T. Higgins was still there.
No, I don't know if it was 20. No. Oh, yeah. I think you were right. Yeah.
21st, the Eagles picked Raygon, the wide receiver. Is that how? Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
TCU.
Yeah, they picked him, and then Jefferson went next.
That's right. Yeah.
I can't believe Philly passed on him.
Yeah. Another thing Philly did too, I was stunned by, was Jalen Hurts. That just confused me so much.
That's not good. That's a good pick.
Apparently, Apparently, what I saw is they're going to run what
Taysom Hill?
the Saints are doing.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of is have him be like Taysom Hill.
The thing is that they don't have a backup quarterback that's reliable, and last time they did, he won a Super Bowl for them. It's better to be safe than sorry. And if you have a guy like Jalen Hurts, who's a proven competitor, someone who's going to win regardless of where he is, it's probably better to have him as your backup than, Jordan Love. It's just the best choice for the organization and things that they've had in the past. They have one Super Bowl in their whole history, and it's with a backup quarterback. And Carson Wentz has a history of injury. It's the safest bet to have to take a quarterback who's proven.
I just don't. I do want your guys' opinions with how do you think Tua's going to wind up doing in Miami?
I think they set him up perfectly. They gave him a good O-line. They already have pretty good receivers. I think, honestly, Miami's going to make a little bit of a jump from last season. They're going to be a little bit better, especially because they have Devontae Parker, who towards the end of the season, he was on the rise.
Oh, who did they just signed a running back too?
Matt Breida.
Yeah, Matt Breida. That's who it was.
They traded for him, right?
They traded for
Breida.
Breida.
It was a trade, okay. I know.
So,
San Fran let go of so many people. They traded so many people.
Yeah, they
Marquise Goodwin, DeForest Buckner, and then Breida.
I guess it's sort of a rebuild. That's weird, though. That's really weird.
I don't know.
They're literally in the Super Bowl. They go from in the Super Bowl to trading all their good players.
Yeah, I mean, we'll still have Kittle.
They still have plenty of options, but still.
Well, yeah, they had like a three running backfield, and that's before Raheem Mostert became a thing.
Yeah.
And they got Jerick McKinnon coming back off injury this year, so they'll be fine.
And I want to talk about – I'd like to talk about my favorite pick in the draft. The New York Jets drafting Denzel Mims late in the second round was a beautiful pick.
I'm sorry, are the Jets still an NFL team? I thought they got relegated.
They are.
That was all right. We needed a receiver badly. Our team's gonna surprise everyone this year.
What your team needs is to hit reset and just start over.
Didn't they take a lineman in the first round?
We did. We took Mekhi Becton from Louisville. Ben, you have to back me up.
Louisville alum.
Ben, I know that's your boy.
Yes.
But my thing is, are they trying to protect Darnold so he can throw more picks, or?
I think that's what it is. I don't think he needs the backup, and that's why they drafted a backup quarterback, because they know Darnold isn't it.
All right, that confused me so I was lost. I was lost when they drafted him. When they drafted Morgan, because.
But here's my thing.
Was still on the board. Hey,
yeah, I was about to say, if you're gonna draft a quarterback, draft Fromm. You have to draft Fromm at that point.
Available.
I was so surprised he dropped so far.
That made no sense to me at all.
I'm gonna like the redemption story though.
His stock would be better than Easton's, but.
I can't believe my Colts picked Easton. I mean, from the tape I saw, he had a pretty legit arm, but I mean, Fromm has been tested in big games, against big teams. I'm like, you figured twice in his career he had to go to a SEC title game and play Alabama.
He played Alabama in a national championship.
Yeah. The year I think before was the national championship, and the year after, in the SEC final. But for me, I thought my Colts had a really solid draft. I liked us picking up Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman. Those were good picks. However, I felt like we're building around the wrong person. We signed Phillip Rivers, paid him a lot of unnecessary money. I mean, a one-year deal for $25 million. And this guy's never even been to a Super Bowl. So I don't know where we're rolling the dice on him right now. But as far as our picks, I think all of our picks were pretty solid.
Yeah, I thought so.
Saved the best team for last, the New York Giants. They had a pretty good draft.
Ravens. I really thought you were going to say the Baltimore Ravens.
No.
Why did you guys?
Giants. Look at my hair.
Why do you think?
Great. But
why do you think the Giants passed on Simmons?
I don't know.
I
do not know.
I think what it was
of the draft. I don't know how he fell to 8.
Okay, I'll explain why. I wanted Simmons, but we need to protect Daniel Jones more, because although he had a great season, I saw he had 4+ touchdowns in 3 of his 12 starts. He had a great season, but we need a lineman to protect him. We need a lineman to protect Saquon. And Thomas was the best viable option for what the Giants are going for. The Giants are really going for more of a run-first offense, because they do have the best running back in the league. And Thomas is the best blocker for run. So I definitely think that was a great pick. But my favorite pick of the draft was Xavier McKinney. Best safety in the draft. Stole him in the second round. I think that is a great addition to our defense, and definitely is going to improve. So I'm saying wild card push for the Giants.
Well, wait, is the new format for the is this?
I don't know what to tell you.
Okay. So listen, how do you call a wild card push for them when you look at what the NFC South is right now?
Yeah.
That's
easily the best division. I'm sorry. Team. That or the AFC West, easily the best 2 divisions in football.
Honestly, you'd be better off saying the Giants are going to win the division, because they have no competition in it anyway. Everyone's going to lose on purpose.
I think the only team that I'm afraid of, and I hate to say it, but I'm afraid of the Cowboys. The Cowboys, although they don't have a defense, they just vamped up their offense so much, adding CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb was the best wide receiver in that draft.
No, Jerry. I think Jerry Judy. And actually,
I don't agree.
Just watch CeeDee Lamb have the best career. I feel like he has the tool to become something.
Ben said earlier about Thomas. I think that's exactly what the Jets did with Mekhi Becton, considering that they have Le'Veon Bell still. Everyone's forgetting that. Yeah, he had a bad year last year. He had the second worst offensive line behind the Bengals last year. the second worst offensive line in the entire league, behind or the only other one that was worse was the Bengals. And also another great pick I think the Jets had. I like him a lot. I watched a lot of his film and a lot of tape on him was Jabari Zuniga out of Florida, defensive lineman who was really quick off the snap. I saw a lot of plays where as soon as the ball is getting snapped, he's tackling the running back. And then I think his 40 was like a 4.66, which for a defensive lineman is incredible. I mean, his only downside, I think, was is really just staying healthy. He had a I think an ankle injury his senior year, but other than that, he looked really good. I was really happy with him too. So I think, and also the Jets made a lot of improvements on their offensive line this year. They had they really are, I think, starting to build a cast around Darnold now. And then I think if Mims can prove into a number one receiver, I think we have a shot to win the AFC East.
Okay, guys, I have one question. Who do you think the biggest steal or the biggest person to get undrafted was? Like that was signed.
Mark my words, the biggest steal was the LA Rams. They got Jordan Fuller, safety out of Ohio State. Mark my words, he's gonna have a
didn't you play with him or something?
In high school. I played against him in high school.
You played against him.
Yeah, he's from Jersey. He was the steal of that draft. He fell all the way to the 6th round. I was shocked. But I think LA is gonna have great use for him.
I think the team that I think made out like bandits during the draft easily was the Broncos. Their receiving core improved so much.
Yeah, they really
late in the first round, and then they also got KJ Hamler. That guy, that man is a beast. He was great for Penn State the last couple of years. He's
okay.
Watch out.
One question though.
I think they're gonna compete with the Chiefs.
One question. After following this draft, which receiving core do you feel is more dangerous, Dallas's or Denver?
Denver.
Ooh.
I think Denver.
You know?
Yeah, I do, because I think Jerry Jeudy is going to be one of the best receivers in the NFL next year. And again, I think KJ Hamler is gonna be a solid number 2 for them, and they still have Cortland Sutton, and they have Fant as their tight end still.
I mean, Fant, yeah, he has room to improve. Like he had
solid. I think Drew Lock is better.
But he's just had his rookie year.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's got a lot of room to improve.
Yeah. So I think Denver has the most upside to their receiving core. Dallas is, I think, the more sustained one. They still have obviously Amari Cooper. They just got CeeDee Lamb. So they're
Michael Gallup.
And Gallup, yeah. I was thinking of him. And then I mean, although they did just lose Jason Witten, who actually had a good year last year, surprisingly. So.
All right, Billy, who do you think the biggest steal of the draft was?
The biggest steal of the draft?
Yeah.
Oh, I've no idea. It's definitely. I mean, for me, it's Isaiah Simmons at like falling as far as he did. Yeah, like it's a steal though. Like that's
no, you're right. It is.
That guy should have been a
generational defensive talent right there.
Yeah.
No one is going to be able to play multiple positions the way he could. Like you're going to be able to line him up anywhere. He's going to be a matchup nightmare for any offense. And honestly, when you look at Arizona's team as a whole, like it's an offensive focused, like it's going to be a run and gun team that's centered entirely around Kyler Murray. Drafting a guy like Isaiah Simmons at 8 when he should have gone at 4. Like, sorry, they picked the wrong guy at 4. Like, he's going to be someone who's going to step in and instantly have an ability to lead that defense alongside Patrick Peterson. And that's like,
yeah, I agree with that. I think also the NFC West, I think, is going to be a great division too, because you have the Niners who are just in the Super Bowl. The Rams, I think they had a down year last year. I don't think that's as bad as they are. I don't think they're as great as they were a couple years ago when they played the Patriots in the Super Bowl. And then you also have Seattle in that division. I think every team has a chance to make the playoffs in that division right now, depending on how Kyler Murray does in his second season.
I wouldn't say the Rams, though.
Back for another year, if I'm not mistaken.
I wouldn't say the Rams, though. I mean, in certain scenarios, I guess you could say they got better, but still looking at who they lost, they gave up Todd Gurley, and I just don't think that Jared Goff is going to have the type of success that we've seen, in previous years. But the other three teams I definitely think are legit, playoff contenders. I don't see it happening for LA.
I don't know. I mean, again, I think a lot of it depends on Jared Goff, obviously. And that defense still is good. I mean, they still have Aaron Donald. They still have a lot of great teams. There's going to be a lot of fun divisions to watch, I think, this year because you have the NFC West is going to be great. AFC West is going to be a great division. I think the AFC East is going to be fun to watch because you're not just going to have Brady dominate anymore. Obviously, the NFC South is going to be a great division. I mean, there's a lot of divisions where I think it's just going to be over dominated, and also I think that NFC North isn't going to be a bad division either.
All right. Well, I just want to tell you guys who I think the steal of the draft was. He actually went undrafted, got signed by the Giants. His name is Ryson John. I don't know if you guys heard of this guy.
Never
Jack,
heard
I
of him.
wouldn't do that just yet. You know why? He's a
Never
wide
heard of him.
receiver, 6'8", 250 pounds. This dude's an animal.
Where do you play college ball?
He played in Canada.
Of
He was
course.
in college. He played college in Canada, but he's 6'7" or 6'8", 240 pounds, 200 something around there. He's an animal.
How you guys feeling about that guy that I forgot his name, the kid from the D2 school that Bill Belichick took?
Oh, the guy from
I didn't like him. I don't.
what
I don't think
what was it?
I mean,
Reiner Lenore?
Yeah.
I think they took him a little too early, but
Did they take him in the second round?
yeah, but
They took him
they're
at the
saying
beginning of
there's
the
a lot
I
of
thought they were going to take. I thought they were going to take Fromm with that pick. Honestly, I don't know what they're going at. I don't think
they have something up their sleeve because I know for a fact they're not going to go into the season with Jarrett Stidham as their starting quarterback.
Who do they have?
I
right
mean-
now? Brian Hoyer?
They're probably going to trade for someone. They have to. Like, there's no way.
I don't know.
They're
Do you think they're going to? Do you think they're
You
going to
see
sign Cam?
Cam being signed?
Do you think they're going to sign?
There's been talks that they're going to go after Andy Dalton. Supposedly.
Ooh.
Supposedly.
They're gonna sign the worst possible quarterback available just to show
Wow.
that Brady was the system QB, and then
Just go out and
And just show,
just
yeah,
go out
yeah,
and
yeah.
sign
12-4.
Oh.
Did you see the Saints signed
The Saints
Jameis
got
Winston?
Winston. Yeah, the Saints got Jameis Winston. I think that's a great pickup because if you can get him to learn to be accurate if he can't learn to be accurate under Drew Brees, he can't be accurate, and he's already thrown 30 touchdowns in a season.
If Bruce Arians can't help that guy, no one can. Like Bruce Arians, like he took his win in the fact that he made him go even touchdowns to interceptions, and he was like, "All right, we got it. Let me get Tom Brady in here. Like I can't do this anymore." But no, I don't think you could do anything with him. I just think
I
a
said
more
it on
reliable
Go Talk.
backup than most teams will get.
I like Jameis Winston. I think he's.
I do
if
too.
he-
I think he's going to do well. I just don't like again. I think he has
his eyesight. He had to
he
get
has
eye
the
surgery. He
potential-
fixed his eyesight.
he's
It's
got-
like me thrown out there. You can't see anything.
He
I
can
can't see
learn from
nothing.
Drew. He can learn from Drew Brees how to be accurate. Like
Oh,
he has the
man.
ability to learn from the most accurate passer to ever exist.
See, I like Winston. I don't like where he signed.
Really, I love that he signed him.
No, I like where he signed. I don't like him as a quarterback.
Because they just signed Taysom Hill back too. They re-signed him.
They're going to keep using Taysom Hill as do whatever you can do. They're not going to. I don't think they're going to use him as a legit quarterback.
But as of now, Jameis is the third string.
Well, yeah, because
I believe
Teddy
it.
Bridgewater was a third string in New Orleans.
No, I'd say he's the second string because when Breeze went out, he was.
Yeah,
He
but they
started.
still. I don't. They still had to use Taysom. I don't know. That was a
Yeah,
like.
a circus.
Yeah, that was a circus. I mean, they still wound up winning games too with Teddy Bridgewater. But and speaking of the AFC South, what did you guys think of Brady and Gronk going down to Tampa?
That was a weak move by Gronk.
Well,
It was a move I couldn't respect because this man literally retired. It would be one thing if he came out of retirement and just said, "All right, I'm with New England. I'm gonna make it work." But you come out of retirement seeking that trade. I couldn't make any sense of that.
Isn't that what Marshawn Lynch did?
I don't know.
he retired and re-signed. I mean, he
When he came out of retirement, he just signed with Oakland.
Oh, okay. I don't know if he was still. I couldn't remember if he was still
Yeah.
on contract or not when he did that and signed with the Raiders.
Nah, his was up. But I mean, I just can't respect the move like that. Gronk, if you want to be retired, stay retired. You don't have to chase Brady wherever he's at. I mean, that makes them an even more dangerous team now. But just the move itself, I thought was weak on his part.
I don't
Does
know if that, I
does
don't
it,
know if
does
that
it
makes
make them more dangerous? Yeah.
I don't really know because when was the last time Gronk played a full season in the NFL? He's been hurt
Before
every
Jamal
single.
Adams hit him.
What was that?
Before Jamal Adams took his head off.
He did take his head off. I
Don't-
must say that. Yeah, I love. But no, I don't know if this. I don't even think the Saints are the Bucks are the best team in that division right now. To be honest, I think I love the Saints still. I love the Saints, and I still think I think the Panthers honestly might be a good team too. They got. I think they're just like they're a wide receiver one away from being a really good team. You have Christian McCaffrey, the
Who,
best.
the
running back.
Saints or the Panthers? Okay, yeah, the
You have
Panthers. Yeah,
McCaffrey, the best running back in the NFL. I mean, Robbie Anderson's a solid number 2 receiver, and Teddy Bridgewater, I think, is a great quarterback.
yeah.
That was a
Well,
great
their
quarterback.
problem is they don't have a true number one. You're
Yeah,
right.
exactly. I think
they
they're
have
a wide receiver one away from being the best, one of the best teams in football.
I'm more worried about them on the defensive side of the ball, because of Kuechly's retirement
Yeah, that's
and things like that.
that's understandable. I like them a lot right now, but I mean,
You take them over.
as of right now, I think it's going to be.
I'd take them over Atlanta, though. I will say
No,
that.
will
at this
take them
point,
over
I take any team over Atlanta.
I'll take you.
But here's the thing: the kid they drafted from Clemson, the corner, I forgot his name.
Who? Oh, Atlanta did.
Yeah, Atlanta drafted the kid from Clemson, the corner, in the first round.
AJ Terrell.
Yeah, that's right.
Mind you, in the national championship this year, he got burnt for 2 touchdowns. I was sitting there like, is no one gonna acknowledge this?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't think the Falcons. I don't think they have the ability to recover from 28-3. Like I don't see them getting back. They're not going to get back to that Super Bowl form.
Not with Matt Ryan under center.
No.
They had that was their chance. That was their chance.
That was their one shot. All they had to do was run the ball. All they had to do was run the ball with Devonta Freeman, and they had that game easily. And they couldn't even do that right.
Now all Kyle Shanahan does is run the ball.
But I still think the Saints are the best team in that division because again, out of the Bucks, yeah, Brady's got a bunch of weapons that are phenomenal, but they're only one dimensional. Like they have no running game. They don't have a running back, and they're only going to be able to throw. If you can pressure Brady, if you can just, I mean, they did draft.
Well, you know him. He throws more to his running backs anyway. He only hands the ball off when they're not loading the box.
Those 5-yard check down passes too, but because there's a huge for me. The Saints or the Bucks. Tom Brady's going to have to learn a new system for the first time in 20 years. He has to, and he's going to have the Bucks offense was solely based off of long shots downfield to Godwin or Evans. Brady doesn't do that. He used to be able to do that. As a 43-year-old quarterback, he's not going to be able to do long, deep shots down the field. He has to do 5-yard check down passes, and Mike Evans and Chris Godwin are not going to want that or be able to do that.
Not the whole game, at least.
Yeah, like he would do in New England all the time.
My opinion on the Bucks, I think they're one of the best teams in the league. I mean, you put Brady, you put Gronk, you just have a phenomenal team. But going back to the Gronk thing, I don't like what he did. He's literally under contract with WWE right now. Did you guys know that? He's a champion in WWE. He's currently the WWE 24/7 champion. It's an irrelevant title, but still he's champion. The Buccaneers are making a joke out of it. WWE's making a joke out of it. I don't like that aspect, but I definitely think that the Buccaneers have enough assets on offense and defense to make a push. I'm not going to say they're going to win the Super Bowl because they're probably not. There's a lot more teams that are well put together and have played together for a while. Like Jack was saying, Brady has to learn a playbook for the first time in 20-something years. So obviously he's going to adapt to it because he's Tom Brady. He's the greatest quarterback of all time. But the fact of the matter is Gronk, one of the best tight ends in the league, coming back. He has barely
How is he going to play, dude?
He hasn't played, but he's still a top tight end.
I'll be surprised if he plays 8 games, honestly. He's always
I
hurt.
mean, he's in probably really good shape. I mean, he's been training
I don't know because
for his quote unquote WWE return.
after the Super Bowl, I remember him saying in an interview with someone after the Super Bowl he played against LA, he couldn't leave his bed for like 3 or 4 days. Like he couldn't move.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
injuries are definitely a concern for me. Gronk's health hasn't been the best over these, past few seasons. So, we're gonna have to see. But if I had to pick a winner for that division as of now, I'd have to agree with Jack. I'd probably say it'd be New Orleans.
Yeah.
I mean, New Orleans is still a great team. They have pretty much everyone still. Do they lose anybody? That's notable? Probably not, right?
Teddy
No,
Bridgewater.
matter of fact, they gained Emmanuel Sanders. Too.
Yes, they did have Sanders. So they added another great piece at wide receiver too. They have Kamara. They have the best receiver in football, Michael Thomas, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, and Drew Brees. I mean, okay, best quarterbacks now. Best quarterbacks now.
I'm talking about the receiver. I'm not gonna say Michael Thomas is the best. He's
okay.
What?
Okay, no.
He's not better than DeAndre Hopkins.
No. I think overall, I think DeAndre Hopkins.
You can't debate he had the best season as a receiver last year in the NFL.
He had the best stat.
Okay, I'll take back my statement.
Best receiver, though.
That's right. It doesn't make him the best. It just makes him the best that year. Okay,
true.
Let me extract my statement. They have the best wide receiver from last year, but DeAndre Hopkins is the most skilled.
Okay.
So I definitely think they still have a push, but if Brady and the Bucs can pull it together, I think they'll win the division.
And Billy, who do you think is going to take the NFC South next year?
No, I think it's still got to be the Saints. The Saints are just the most well-coached team in the division. The Panthers are going to have a brand new head coach. The Buccaneers are going to be working with a new offense, which is like we've seen super teams get made in the NFL in the past before. And when I think the first year, I could be wrong on this, but when the Rams did it for the first year, they had trouble the first year. Then the next year was their big year where they went to the Super Bowl. Like it takes a time to adjust to that kind of stuff, and I don't know if they'll be able to do it fast. Again, it's with like a quarterback like Tom Brady, but at the same time, like I don't know if you can really justify that kind of production from an offense that fast. Again, it'll be interesting to see because Bruce Arians is a really great head coach, and he is the quarterback whisperer notoriously. So like again, Brady's going to be getting a lot of help in that regard, but like I don't think that they could win anything over the Saints still. Like I think the Saints is the most complete team in the in that conference division, whatever you want to call it. I don't know.
I agree.
All right, now let's shift from the NFL to the NBA as there was a documentary that's been released. The first 4 episodes have been released. The Last Dance with Michael Jordan and Bulls. What are your guys' reaction on that?
Great documentary. I love it. I can't wait for Sunday every week now because all the untold stories, all the footage, it's just it's unreal. It's so good. I can't wait for next week.
Yeah. And that's just one of those dynasties where a lot of things were going on behind the scenes. So it's just good to, capture all the stuff that we didn't see for going on 3 decades now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's good to see. The last 2 episodes I think were very entertaining because they went over Dennis Rodman's role in Chicago as well as the things he did against the Bulls when he was a member of the Detroit Pistons, the bad boy Pistons who Jordan and the Bulls had, a rough time getting past in the beginning of Jordan's career. So, that was all good to see. And plus they made a note of Rodman's mid-season.
Oh, I love that.
Hour vacation.
That's not load management, like at its finest. I don't know what is. This man literally went to Vegas for what would it say, like 100 hours? Like
48.
Not talking to anybody?
48, 2 days.
No, they said they were giving him 48, but then he went over that, and they couldn't get contact with him.
Oh, listen, that's Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, that's Rodman at his finest.
He came back and didn't miss a beat in the words of Michael, he came back. They had to run drills and practice the next day, and the rest of the team had a hard time keeping up with him. So I don't know, whatever he did in Vegas, he must have came back, drank some Pedialyte or something.
Yeah, right.
And he was right back to his old self.
Now, Billy, you had an interesting take on why you're not watching this documentary.
So, okay. Listen,
I just want to hear this again because it's crazy to me.
I think that, so in the event that this came out 15 years ago as a documentary, I would be totally amped for it. It would be something that would be really cool, really refreshing, and it would really feel like it was because there's a love of basketball happening, and it's just rehashing one of those really great sports moments. But it's the timing of it, and when Michael Jordan decided it was okay to let this footage out, that bothers me. And when he just, what's up?
When was that?
Right after the 2016 finals.
Okay. So what do you think?
Right after LeBron makes the greatest comeback in sports history to come back from 3-1 against a Warriors super team that forced an even bigger super team the next year, he decides, you know what? I think I've sat on this for a long time. I think the world deserves to see this. There's a correlation there. I think that it's more so in the fact that it's people are going to start to forget his legacy and start to remember it over LeBron's. And it's more so trying to remain in that public conversation of who is the greatest of all time. It's just in case y'all forgot about me.
I never thought of it like that until you brought it up. And now that I think about it, it does make a lot of sense. But I still think no matter what, I do think Jordan's the greatest player of all time. Are we getting this debate?
Oh, no, we're not getting.
Okay, yeah, I'm not trying to get in that debate.
All right.
His timing is questionable of releasing this documentary. So it does feel like a hey, I'm still here kind of thing. But all in all, in the middle of this crisis, that we're going through, it's must-see TV.
It's refreshing.
I'm sure it is. Enjoy.
It's good. I'm enjoying it. I like it. I think it's a really good documentary.
And also, I don't know if any of you saw this or not, but there was apparently a documentary crew that was following around Kobe Bryant for his last year or two, I think.
Last 2 years.
Yeah, last 2 years. So maybe that's going to be something that's going to come out in the future, hopefully. Who knows?
And also, Dwayne Wade is also producing a 2008 Redeem Team.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
That should be good as well.
It's going to be really good.
He said he's been working on it for a couple of years now, so.
Should be coming out soon, hopefully.
That'll be interesting, man.
So how are we coping without sports? Because I know I'm having a horrible time. It's what are we on, a month and a half now?
I mean, I'm holding up. I just won the Madden Super Bowl.
Day 32?
I think it's day 32. Day 32. Don't quote me on that, but I believe
no, you're right.
It's
only been 32 days.
It's been it's 34, 35.
Oh,
yikes!
That's bad.
I can't do it.
I was actually able to pick up a job, so that's been keeping me busy. But other than that, I'm just. Before I was working, I was going insane. I just had to keep watching old games because I was going on watching old NFL games or old baseball games or whatever it is because I just need some sort of sports. That and then I watched Tiger King for that just took up an entire week.
Yo, watch Outer Banks. That's a great show. I've been watching nonstop Netflix and just working out. That's all I've been doing.
Yeah, for me, it's just been a lot of working out, trying to keep my head clear, because I'm an extrovert, as many of you probably know. So me being cooped up in the house just doesn't work. So even if I take an hour, 2 hours every day, I just gotta go outside, get some sunlight, run some routes, whatever condition, whatever it is, because I would lose my mind if I stayed in the house all day, every day. I don't know how people do it.
No, honestly, first 2 weeks I was like, I like this. This is the best. I'm just this is gonna be so cool. This is gonna be the best day of my life. And then when I found out it was oh, you're gonna be here for a while, I was like, all right, get me out. It's it's not good. But yeah, I've been watching a lot of movies, keeping on top of that kind of stuff. And God, sleeping a lot.
Oh yeah.
That's even starting to become boring. Like
What's-
sleep bores me now. Like how like
Oh,
sleep
no,
is
yeah, you're
starting
right.
to become boring.
I get
Like
that.
how do you sleep so much? It's boring.
Well, because
I can't control how much I sleep.
Yeah.
I'm going to bed at like 2 a.m. I'm waking up at like 11 or 12.
I gotta
But
work.
that was me when we were on campus. I was going to sleep at 2. You know, so I mean that's no different. But
Was me on
the
campus.
other day, you go, Jack.
No, I was gonna say because like now I actually have like to somewhat have a sleep schedule because I'm waking up at 7:30. I'm working 9 to 5, so it's not.
I can't
Yeah,
do
it's
that.
not. It's not. I'm not getting as much sleep.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah, honestly me working has been the best thing possible for me because it gives me something to do and I can just talk to people.
No, I got you. No, the other day I knew it was like time to go to bed because I turned around and I was like, "Oh, look, the sun's coming up. I should probably get some sleep."
So in conclusion,
I've had my
sports are
days like
making us
that.
no sports are making us go crazy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I've just been watching wrestling with no crowd. It's really
Oh, yeah.
weird.
How is that
It's-
still going on?
I can't do that. I can't
No,
do
it's
that.
weird. But it's like
It's so funny though.
I
It's
got
so
nothing else.
And apparently,
It's the only sporting like events that are going on.
I'd rather watch paint dry.
Yeah.
I'm so
I know-
sorry,
I know-
Ben, but I'd rather watch paint dry.
I know two of you aren't the biggest baseball fans, but apparently that might be coming in May with
I
no.
hope.
Oh my gosh.
I hope.
That was my one silver lining in all of this.
No baseball?
Yes.
Oh,
And now that might come back.
you're gonna go crazy.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Whew, I mean, if that comes on and I can go outside,
Then it's
I won't
fine.
mind. I won't mind. But to be
It's a
going through
compromise.
this, yeah, oh my God.
How do you handle? If you can't stand that, then how do you handle sports in the summer? Because that's the only thing that's on.
I'm outside.
Oh yeah, it's true.
That's the only way. You know what I mean? I'm outside.
Oh.
Well, yeah. So I'm just going crazy without sports, but you know what? In the long run, it's gonna help out with what's going on, help stop the spread of COVID-19. So I hope all the viewers right now, from us the producers at the Extra Point, hope you guys are staying safe, staying inside, social distancing.
Absolutely.
Wash your hands.
Yeah, wash your
Yes.
hands.
Wash your hands. Stay
Yeah.
safe.
Or
Stay
if you're
safe.
gonna not wash your hands, don't fall off a bike.
Oh
Don't
my
fall
God.
off a bike. Simple as that. Go get some exercise, but don't fall off a bike, because if you
Live
fall,
fast, bike safe.
your hands are gonna hurt. But yeah, so we're just hoping you guys stay safe. And
Who taught you how to ride a bike?
oh
Yeah,
no,
Ben, how did
no,
this-
okay. We're not getting into this. We're not getting into
How did that
how
happen?
we're not getting into how it happened. We got to stay professional on the show. But long story short, I don't know. I just messed up, and I know how to ride a bike. I just fell. Simple as that. Simple as
Okay.
that. I don't know. But yeah,
I
so
believe you.
get some exercise. Do whatever you can to get your mind off this, because
Take care of your mental health.
Take
Take
care
care of
of
your
your
mental.
maintain your mental health. Keep it
It's so important right now.
grade A. You got to keep it great. Just make sure you're staying busy. Get your mind off this, because if not, then you're gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to ask you, how are y'all doing with finals now?
I'm done in 2 days.
Oh,
I'm
mine
done.
are going
Friday.
swimmingly.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just worried about this last one. Billy knows for Professor Lawrence's class.
Oh, I'm so worried about that.
He's real hands-on. So every other one, I'm fine. It's either a paper or a presentation.
I should be good with that final because like I got a straight 100 on the last paper he gave us, so like I should
Me
be good.
too. I don't know how. Like,
Well,
I
like
got 100 on the last one, but
no, for real.
probably because it was more opinion based.
It was
I think
it was straight up based on like your own experiences with that film, and I was like,
yeah.
I'm just gonna go super personal, and no one can tell
Like,
me I'm wrong.
bet.
With it.
Yeah, you're like bet. That's what I said. I was like, bet. I'm talking about my favorite movie. How hard is that?
Yes.
Nah, for real.
Yeah, I just took one. I got an 87 on my drug discovery final, so I'm pretty happy. I don't have
Good
to deal
job,
with it.
Jack.
Jack, who'd you take?
What do you mean? For what?
What professor did you have?
Moriello.
Okay, I had someone different when I took
Okay.
Strength 7.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, but it wasn't bad. It was I was happy I got an 87. I was stunned, honestly.
Mm.
But
Yeah, that class kind of easy. So I mean, I'm glad you got through it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I had to write a paper on
I'm not a big
stream.
science person, but
Yeah.
Ben, how you doing with school now?
I haven't had a final. Actually, I got exempt from my math final. I don't know
Oh,
how.
Lucky you.
You have
I got exempt
what's her
from my
name?
math final. I got a final tomorrow. But then
You have
after that, I'm done.
isn't it like Tian or something like that or T
No. I got somebody else.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Because I had I forget her name, but it was something like that, and I got exempt from my final somehow, and I was so happy.
Solid.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's another thing keeping my mind off of this. Do your schoolwork.
Yeah, stay on
Mhm.
top of that.
Do your schoolwork. Anything.
I did
anything
miss.
to stay
I did
inside.
miss like 2 assignments. Yeah, in the course of this, 2
Inside.
assignments got overlooked.
Because
Yeah.
us at the extra point want
Yep.
our viewers to be safe.
Yes. Yeah, stay safe.
Yeah, that's number one.
Yeah, stay safe.
We're saluting.
Wear
Yeah.
your masks, wear your gloves, stay inside
Mm.
as long as much as you can. Social distance as much as possible.
And hopefully, once this is all over, if we have a college football season next year, I expect to see all you guys at the Monmouth Rutgers game.
Oh, I
Oh,
will
yeah.
be there. I will be there.
First Saturday, September 5th. Mark your
I thought you were
calendars.
gonna say next time we go outside, we're all gonna run our 40s again.
That's
I
true.
Yeah,
will be in
oh,
we
And he's
can
getting
do that.
slow.
we
do
can
that.
still do it.
Could do that.
No,
Yeah, Eddie
I've
might
been
be
going
getting
to the
slow.
field.
Eddie might be getting slow.
No,
I think I'm
I've
getting
been going
fast. I think I could actually do pretty
the
well.
rest of you.
Well conditioned.
I'm worried about the rest of you.
Oh yeah. All
We
right.
can do this now.
We can. It's possible.
What am I gonna run across my basement?
You gotta find a field somewhere, a park, something. I don't know.
I guess.
I can find a field.
Yes.
I can find a field. Oh, actually, sports related too. I was kind of surprised Pete Carroll didn't get signed by anyone,
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. I was really upset to not see him get drafted.
Mm.
or even like signed at the end of the after the
Yeah,
draft.
or signed either.
Yeah, we didn't have any signings. Sean Clark didn't get signed. Tamir Barry. A
yeah,
little disappointing to see.
yeah. That was upsetting to see. I thought Monmouth was going to get some sort of love, but hopefully they can get on practice squad somewhere and make a
Grind.
roster eventually.
The big league.
Yeah. All right. Anyone have any final thoughts?
Thanks for supporting us this entire semester. We'll be back next year with even more great content. And stay safe, stay inside, social distance. That's all I got.
Yeah. Well, to my other producers, I will be handing over the reins of my position to, for those of you that know Mr. Nick Presto, since I will no longer be enrolled at Monmouth University next year. I'll be graduating over the next week or so. He will be stepping in to take my place. I just hope he does a good job, and all you guys stay safe.
Billy?
Yeah. I mean, you said words from producers. That's you guys now.
Yeah. Oh, for those who don't know, me and Jack are now co-executives, and we will soon appoint our associates.
Yep.
Eddie is assigned.
Wow.
We will be assigning.
Yep. Yeah. So.
Billy, you're stepping down?
Yeah, man, I got work to do. I'm a busy man now.
Yeah, Billy. Oh, another news. Billy was elected station manager for next year.
That's true. Yes.
Clap it up.
Billy. Yes. Clap it up. Clap it up.
Thanks, guys.
Our king.
Okay.
Well, I wouldn't be able to do it without the support of people like you, and then also my new programming director,
Oh yeah, that's me. I'm
Yes,
the
congratulations,
DeVito.
Ben.
director now.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, I'm expecting my invite to come back and co-anchor Homecoming this upcoming year.
Oh, you're invited to everything, Eddie.
I hope.
Except for that.
you'll be
Beautiful.
there.
Beautiful.
Yeah. All right. I guess I'll put in my final thoughts. Everyone's thank you for the support. For our first semester back, the Extra Point is back here at Hawk TV, and everyone just stay safe, keep social distancing. We'll get through this together, and we'll see you all later.
Take
All
care, guys.
Yep.
All right.
Peace.
Okay.
Before you hang up, I just got a quick thing I want to talk to you guys about. It's something I'm trying to pitch to other legacy shows, like for next year.
Wait,
Okay.
wait.
Um,
Before, I don't want to cut you off real quick. Jack, end the recording.